Right, we are back, everyone. Welcome to Duo Gaming tonight. We are in the lands of Djruthourhi, here with our players. Demaricu's here behind the screen, and yeah, a couple announcements before we get started. The YouTube channel will be up and running tomorrow. Should be around 2 o'clock Eastern time. That we'll have the last couple episodes of this, the episodes with the Cloud Chasers, plus some video game streams. I think there's about 18 videos in total. And then tonight's stream will be live next Saturday whenever we go and stream live again. So there'll be a week behind on videos. Social medias, I didn't get them all set up this week. I've almost got them all set. One of our players will be kind of keeping an eye on those for us. I'll have the links for those. I'll post them probably here on Twitch somewhere to get everything started. And yeah, we may have next week start streaming another game, one that I play in. And also a couple of our players here actually are also in that game over there. So you get to see new characters and new situations and a brand new DM. Brand new to you, not brand new to us. So yeah, that's exciting. More D&D every week is always good for everybody. And yeah, so that's about it. Without further ado, would any of our players like to give the recap from the last session?
I'm happy to.
All right, go ahead, Kaylin.
So, we were trudging through the forest and managed to get lost. But it was okay because we ran into some people we could fuck up. So the session before last, we fought a bone dragon, and then last session, we ran into an ambush. We warned them that they would not survive the ambush, and they continued anyway. And that culminated with a 4D chess move from our sorcerer. Odd, are you a sorcerer?
Affirmative.
Yeah, from our sorcerer who inverted gravity and forced the entire ambush into the sky, whereupon we happily picked them off. 3 of them did escape, but I doubt they will be troubling us. And if they are, great, more combat. And that's pretty much where we left.
That is pretty much sums it up. Oh, go ahead.
Best part though, Malagos was falling. Hawks tried to catch Malagos and got both his arms.
Were
they broken?
Yeah.
Yes. Small fish man catching a big dragonborn.
So yeah, our fish is flopping around more than... His arms turned into fins.
Yep, and we were on this map here, I believe. Yep.
If we were in the ocean, this would never happen.
Well,
reversing
it
gravity in
did.
the ocean just means that you float faster upwards.
And I
I don't
believe
know how gravity fully works.
the inspiration was out there for people to take, and I believe Odd was supposed to take one, and Garganoth looks like he already has his. Yeah.
was it Gargano?
Saren
Was
was
it
the other
Gargano?
one. So
Saren, yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
Because Saren threw the hook thing up to Garganoth and pulled him down.
Mm-hmm. So Saren and Odd. Take the card, Odd.
I'm taking the card.
And up here we see my lovely illustration of exactly what happened.
Let me see if I got that on. Yep, that's definitely on the stream. In the window. Okay. So yes, a battlefield cleared. The big boss having gathered up his henchmen and teleporting out with some kind of transportation spell that you're not quite sure of, or have not tried to figure out quite yet. Bodies laying on the ground. I believe, was this one still alive? Yes, he
This
was.
one here is alive and conscious, and Saren and I have our bows pointed directly at their head.
Okay, so yes, you do have one that is conscious. And the rest are there. So, yeah, the battlefield cleared. A few escaped. You have one at arrow point. And bodies kind of strewn about the field having fallen. Here we are, guys. Let's begin.
Oh, going to loot. I remember that.
Yep, that was your thing. Which what? You're the one you're next to. Okay.
Yeah, I might as well start off that way.
Give me an investigation roll there, Odd. Start
It's
looking
so good.
through them pockets. 7. Well,
I don't have pockets, so I'm not as familiar with them.
true. But what you do find is
You're just
an arcane scroll of silence.
Love that for
I'm
me.
imagining Odd just looking for hidden hatches on this cat person.
They don't have gears. I don't understand the anatomy.
There is also a lacquered wooden medallion that is engraved with some kind of script that you cannot read. And you also find 47 copper and 22 silver.
Oh my god, I finally have money. I feel like I am rich.
Okay. I'm sorry, you're broke.
What?
Yeah, that's because you refused to put any of your money in the vault.
No, this is because we got fucking robbed.
Yes. You all did get robbed.
I did not get robbed. There was nothing to rob.
Of course you are.
I'm gonna put my bow away and take out my dagger.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check there, Sarah. Rummaging through the pockets of this were-tiger, you are able to find a puzzle box inside of this one's pocket that has inlays of moonstone and is engraved with the head of a sphinx. You also find... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Kaelin looking over says, the answer's human.
And you also find 2 small pieces of obsidian that are worth about 6 gold pieces each. And you notice that the armor this one wears is some kind of special hide, but the thing that catches your eye with your profession and your background is that the sewn details are sewn in with platinum. Okay. Go ahead and put unidentified armor with platinum sewing into your inventory to identify later, unless somebody who's here knows armor well enough to identify.
What?
Um,
Currently far away.
Does Lanier have the identify spell?
I believe I have proficiency in leatherworking.
Either one might be useful.
I turn to the group and say, I'll ask someone about this later as I'm stuffing it into my pack.
It's probably not going to fit in your pack.
Linear does have the identify spell.
Does anyone have a bag I can put this in?
Linear just kind of looks around and goes, nope.
Are they wearing a bag?
She's just.
Linear is wearing a bag.
No, it is the ambusher wearing a bag.
Give me a perception check there, Kayla.
Yes. Perception check from Kaylin. Coming right up.
Didn't have your character sheet open.
My passive is 23.
So, Kaylin, when that question comes to mind, you take a quick glance and you notice that none of them are wearing very much in the way of gear. They're traveling pretty light.
They must have a camp nearby. We should make this quick.
No, they teleported.
Well, yeah, or
Yeah.
because they teleported.
It could be either, but I mean, you've all seen my teleportation. It's not the most reliable.
Right, but they might be good at using it.
And continue to have her bow at full draw, pointed directly at the hostage's head.
Before you shoot him, you might want to ask for lessons.
The were-tiger is kneeling there, hands flat on the ground, but staring at Kaylin very intently, not showing any sign of backing down.
Now, I'd really prefer not to kill someone who is, at this point, unarmed. So, do we have any questions for them?
Would Malagos and
I
them be
call
done
to the
healing
group.
Hawks?
Oh yeah,
I
by
would
now.
Broken, aren't those gonna take a while?
I'd
Yes.
like to know the general idea of your plan because this was not just a bandit attack.
The Hawks question.
Yeah.
Broken bones are a little difficult unless you have restoration. Greater restoration, I think, is what you need.
I believe
I
so.
don't have that. I don't know if Kyrie does.
I don't know if there's actual, and then, you know,
Kyrie does.
rules lawyers can
Uh,
say what they want, but usually it's a homebrew thing when it comes to that level of healing. If
You
you're
know-
that specific with your injuries.
you know what? Since it was a pretty powerful injury and everything, I'm gonna say lesser restoration will probably take care of it if you have it, because like lesser restoration takes care of blinded and deafened, and you know those are injuries of, in my mind, similar severity. So yeah, Kyrie.
Hi guys.
Just give me
We both have that one.
Just give me an ability roll with your spell modifier. So whatever ability your spells are based on, which I think is
And
wisdom.
Malygos assist.
Can Malygos
Or
cast
can I
that
do,
spell?
Lesser restoration? Yes, I can.
If you want to assist, you both have to cast the spell.
Okay.
Okay.
And then is it just like my
If-
my spells are wisdom?
So
So
yeah,
do I just do a wisdom roll?
wisdom roll. Yep.
Alright, mine's charisma, so I just do a charisma roll.
18. Now, because you're both casting the spell, I'm going to give it. Yep, whoever. Yep. So as you both are using lesser restoration on Hawks's broken body, it's not subtle and it's not pretty, but as the small silvery dragon of Malygos is healing and the bright shining dragon of Kyrie's healing both kind of flit and flutter around Hawks's limbs, you can watch as they kind of push the bones into place and the popping and the cracking, but Hawks doesn't feel any of it. But it's a little unsettling to watch. But eventually, after some time, Hawks does regain use of his legs.
Was it his legs that broke, or was it his arms?
It was both.
Oh, arms.
both.
Let's just say everything.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a
If
giant
Harry
dragon
heals an
born.
arm.
I was gonna say if you healed the arms, I could have gone for legs.
Dragonborn.
Legs too.
Yeah, Dragonborn in full plate armor carrying the Invictus Sanctum shield.
I'm surprised he didn't die.
Which
I'm
the
surprised it didn't die either.
the shield itself is made out of the cranium bone of a dragon.
It's 25 pounds.
Maybe I am a
Hundreds of pounds.
superhero.
Oh god.
It's 25 pounds
Look.
for you, Malygos.
He,
Weight is very...
no, it's literally just 25 pounds.
No, I'm
So
aware.
he tanked like 372 pounds just dropping on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I are super.
You
Oh,
have
boy.
feelers.
You have healers. So did we heal just his arms, or are we gonna have to cast that again to get his legs too?
Yeah, and a little extra for his pride.
No, you've it takes some time, but you guys have went to healing his body, sure enough.
Hawks, give yourself 30 hit points, because Malygos is gonna, while she's healing you, she's also gonna, 30 points from lay on hands. Be like, thank you. Glad you're not dead.
Why do I
don't
feel
know
like
how-
there's gonna be a butt?
Oh no, there's just glad you're not dead.
But you're an idiot.
Yes.
There it is.
Also, yeah, with Malygos them join the others, questions? Should I cast Note of Truth?
Well, Odd had already asked a question.
Right.
Could you re-ask that question, please, Odd, to remind us?
Sure. Odd is asking and rifling through the other dead person. And they're just kind of looking over casually, and they're like, this was too coordinated for bandits. You are all specialized. So what is your deal?
As you're asking this and looking through the pockets, you find a small book. It's a little pocket-sized, like one of those info books. The title reading in common, Avoiding Pickpocketing.
The irony.
And you also find 3 small sacks of tea. Can Odd smell?
Cannot.
Cannot. Okay. Well, then you don't know what they smell like.
Do they have any labels?
Nope. Just little tiny cheesecloth bags of pre-mixed brewing tea.
Garbage.
Garbage. Your captive glances in Odd's direction for just a split second before returning their eyes to Kalen. They take a breath. My I will tell you nothing, for it is my duty to protect these forests, and for our master to keep those meddling and thieving types like yourselves from destroying the tranquil lands of our forests.
Will you tell me if I light it on fire?
If you
You even dare I light you on fire?
if you were to light
Excuse
these,
me?
I already lit it on fire.
Oh my god.
yeah, there was this whole area here has definitely.
There be fire and then there are trees.
Yep, those are just branches.
I mean, Caitlin just kind of releases the pressure on the bow. He's still holding it, but not drawn. Or just passing through. You know there are easier ways to protect your forests.
Passing through. There are easier ways to pass through. There's a road.
Yeah. We got lost.
Giant elementals fighting, and you really didn't feel like dealing with that.
There are pickpockets on the road, which I have a feeling your friend was worried about.
Well, we do frequent some of the towns in this area, and still, we don't like people wandering in our woods.
We wouldn't have had to wander through your woods if there weren't elementals fighting on the main road.
And what of the kobolds? You got them all riled up. It'll take them 3 months to get calmed down.
They'll forget in 2 seconds. Their brains are like the size of a walnut.
Have you considered putting up a sign?
Don't feed the bears. I saw that sign.
He just stares at Kalen very
Maybe the Smokey the Bear sign?
annoyedly.
Like, no trespassing. Privacy, keep out.
That's not something we do.
Big dog is fine.
Okay.
The
Right.
owner's kind
Kill
of crazy.
first, questions later. That worked so well for you.
The plan was just to scare
What?
you off.
By shooting an arrow at us.
We hit the tree.
I blew up
Maybe
the tree.
the arrow having a note on it saying the next one will hit your head, please leave now, is a better way to do it.
Or just. Oh, I'm not over there.
Well, I think, like, have we made our way over there yet?
I mean, you could have.
You go.
Yeah, like, that was where Malagos definitely wanted to go.
Odd, you also
I'm
find.
for you.
Sorry, Odd, you also find 62 gold pieces.
Holy shit, I'm a billionaire.
Odd's getting rich.
I'm all for you protecting your forests. I'm very much about that kind of thing. But I'm just saying maybe there's a better way to do it. Maybe lobby the local governments for protecting protective sanctions over area of your forests that are clearly marked so that people don't wander into the areas that are rightfully yours.
Really trust the house.
Protecting the forest? What are you talking about?
Well, that's apparently what they're doing. They're protecting the forests from meddling travelers such as ourselves.
Have you thought of protecting these forests from meddling? What are you? Hold on. Words. I was just like, oh, sorry. The bones of Hawks's arms and legs putting themselves together. It's been a while since I've seen that.
You know, you could have just asked us nicely to leave.
That, but also, what don't you want people to see?
These
Clearly,
trees.
we weren't hurting anything until you attacked us.
Again, you riled up the kobolds, which makes problems for us all. But that's beside the point.
Sorry about that.
These trees are old. Sorry, Saren.
Breathing on cobalt the wrong way rather than
I
Can Maliko's insight
I
check him?
understand.
Alright. 2 things need to happen. 1, I need Kaylin to finish their thought. 2, I need Saren to turn up or come closer to her microphone. And yes.
Sorry, that's me.
That's okay. It's not a big deal.
Is that better?
That's a little bit better, yes. I just have to make sure that we can hear
Is
Saren.
that better?
That's much better, yes.
Aaron said blowing on kobolds the wrong way riles them up. It's an easy thing to do.
From one of
To
the
be fair, we did antagonize.
from one of the trees in the background, you just hear Yagi say, "Oi! Blowing on kobolds. You have that experience, huh?"
Yagi, you're still here.
Never left.
Okay. Listen, we understand that these trees are old and sacred. I mean, we were trying to be respectful to the environment as much as possible.
I wasn't.
Most of us were, anyways.
Perhaps it would just be a better idea for the safety of your band to not attack on sight.
These trees
I mean,
are old. Go ahead.
Yes, I know about old trees.
There are
I
spirits
was one
here
for a
that
while.
there are spirits here that walk since the first wars. I believe you all have seen one of them.
What wars?
The Dragon Wars?
Yes.
Are you talking about Tamara?
Even before the dragon gods left this place, there were others. The original 8. Yes, Malagos, you can.
Sweet.
What are you trying to get insight on?
The 8 that the mighty Ixen
I just want to
created?
see if he's lying. I just want to
Okay.
make sure he's not lying.
You don't sense any deception from him. And he looks at Hawks and kind of stares at Hawks for a moment. There's not many who speak of Ixen.
Oh, you know of mighty Ixen, the creator of all gods.
Oh, Hawks, can we not do this again?
Last time we find out you were part of code.
Please, Hawks, tell me more.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Yes, it does.
God did he
Cats
mate?
created all the mighty dragons.
Now you got him riled up. Let me get a hero again.
Okay, Kaylin, that's
You know-
easy enough.
You know, Kyrie is an excellent example of someone who follows a god and doesn't talk about them every chance they get.
Really? Just Kyrie?
Oh, right, you follow a god too. I mean, that shows that you're also an excellent example.
Just because they're
Yeah, I don't
examples
have to
doesn't
say
mean
anything.
have
I
to
wear the
follow.
whole ass armor.
Exactly. Her armor speaks of her god.
Kaylin's going to offer a hand up to the were-tiger.
He seems apprehensive at first. Sorry, Malagos, were you gonna say something?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, while Kaylin's helping them up, so can you agree that maybe a warning that's not in an arrow being shot at someone is probably a better idea?
We don't like to reveal that we're here. That's why we hide in the trees.
Wouldn't shooting an arrow
Did
give you
someone
away?
mention an arrow with a note?
You
How
should
well did hiding in the
outsource
trees
someone.
do for you this time? Didn't look so well.
So,
Damn. What's
Kaylin
dropping tree bombs?
smiles and says, I know of other ways to protect forests. It's much more effective to rumor that they're cursed.
Yeah.
Well, they don't call these
think-
lands the edge of the Badlands for nothing.
Yeah,
to be
but
fair,
I
if
mean,
you start-
that's not really.
Okay.
That's
start
not
calling
really
them cursed.
enough.
Anyone
Okay.
who deals with magic might.
Kaylin first, then Hawks, then Malagos, please.
Yeah, it's not really oomphy enough to be the edge of the Badlands. You want to make these seem like just as bad as the Badlands, but in a different way.
Hawks?
Even then, if you called these forests cursed, this mighty superhero Malagos wouldn't have been afraid.
And Malagos.
True.
Look, if something
mean-
is cursed, okay, no, that's a fair point, because that's kind of in what I was gonna say. You start calling something fucking cursed, people like me, or other kind of arcane, talented people, are gonna come to see if they can lift said curse. So that just might draw more attention, which is clearly what they don't want.
Proud? She admitted she was a superhero.
I'm not a fucking superhero. Please don't say it.
Well, you
He,
I
could
mean,
always
you can
try
agree.
the whole not murder on sight approach too, maybe, and then talk shit and get hit. That seemed to have been what happened here. I don't know. I'm not an expert though. Garganoth bites into an
Yeah.
apple.
an apple. Where'd you get an apple?
I'm
Are you for
just
cocoing
concerned.
it and eating a burnt one?
I'm just concerned that your current strategy of protecting these forests is not only detrimental to the people who may accidentally stumble through, but it's also potentially disastrous for you and your clan. I mean, were-tigers are rather rare in themselves, and putting yourselves in danger like this by just attacking random people, which, you know, judging by what I've experienced, tends to get you knocked out and killed. I just don't think it's the best strategy.
Otter has a good idea. Charge for guided tours. Teach people about these forests. Teach them why they should care for it.
That's an excellent idea.
He
Keep shooting arrows and just have a fireball explode like a fireball.
he takes Kaylin's hand after some time to stand up and brushes himself off a little bit. He's not the tallest creature you've ever seen, but his build and his height definitely matches that of what many of you would assume a were-tiger would be. He's about as bulky as Malagos and a little bit taller.
Holy
Um,
shit.
You know, you all may have points, but for the most part, until you, not many had walked into the forest off of the road.
But, I mean, like they
That was
mentioned
a
before,
issue.
um, there was earth and water elementals kind of fighting each other, and I think there was like 6 of each. We might be good at fighting, but even we know better than to tangle with elementals.
Well, something definitely has all manner of spirits kind of stirred up these days.
Kind of what we're actually heading this way, this direction. Partially because some of us had shit stolen and we're trying to get somewhere. But we are trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with shit to maybe calm it down. Have you guys seen or heard of anything weird going on?
Well, there's been talk of many things going wrong these days. I mean, off to the east of us in the plains, there's been sightings of strange creatures, and even some say there's activity in the old fortress again.
Fortress.
I wasn't in too long ago. It suddenly seemed like the spirits were active then.
Malagos wants to ask this creature. At first, she wants to describe that tower that she saw in her vision with Bahamut, and ask them if they know where there might be a building like that. If they know of something like that.
Didn't we already figure it?
No.
I thought we had a discussion. We figured out that it was the towers above the Badlands.
No, we had an out-of-character discussion about it that we were guessing, but there was no in-character discussion of actually figuring out what it was.
Okay.
As you describe, first of all, let's have a history check to see how well you describe it.
Fuck me. Alright, I got a normal. Fucking, this wasn't that long ago. Oh, fuck you! How far does it describe a big
You know what?
black tower?
I'll give you advantage.
We should be asking you that.
Not that hard at all. That's better.
So,
Fuck
as
tower.
as you describe the tower and the shape, because from your vision, all you saw was the silhouette.
Yeah.
And as you describe the shape, you even take a moment to lean down and kind of scribble the shape into the ground. The were-tiger begins to look down, stopping for a moment to kind of glance at Kaylin and her bow before continuing and looking over the shape. I'm not certain that there's any such structure within this region. Charandel, really the only towers that are a part of the old fortress. No, Hawks, I haven't heard anything you said since you spoke about superheroes.
Nothing.
This is all going on in the background, sorry.
Oh, okay. He pauses a moment and then thinks, I mean, I guess it's possible that it could be a tower from Canary Seth, but And those are ruins, so if there was a tower there, I would have no knowledge of what it looked like.
What is Kanari Seth?
Kornari Seth is far south from here, down near the shore of Bones. It was once a city of serpent-like people. They had temples and towers and worshipped some rather questionable deities, but
I'm pretty sure that's one of our stops as well. It's where the dig's going on.
well, they were wiped out by the one who resides in the old fortress.
The archaeologists that were there, they were wiped out.
No, the Yuanti.
Serpent people, yeah. Shit. Oh, god damn it.
I turn to the were-tiger and I say, you say you frequent some of the towns around here?
A few of them, when we need to resupply. We usually only send 2 of us in. We don't like to linger in the towns that much. There are certain races
so you would
that...
know your way home from...
I'm sorry.
After you.
I was going to say there are certain
So you would
races
know your
that
way.
carry with them a scent that is a little rough to take.
That's fair.
So you would know your way home from the town if we left you there?
I would rather you left me here and not there, but I suppose what you say is correct.
It's no insult. We don't know you, and I would feel much safer if we were not in the middle of the forest when we let you go, so that you could find your pack and ambush us again.
At the same time, though, Kaylin, we kind of did really just, like, beat them up. They don't seem like they're lying. Out of character, I'm basing this off that insight check I did earlier. I think we'd be okay. Especially if they're not lying about all they want to do is just protect this forest. Now the question is, can we traverse, like, can you just point us in the direction of, what's the town called? Redbridge? No.
We're going to have. I'm going to do a survival check to see if I can, if I know where it is. Generally, is that okay, Jamie?
Yeah, that's fine. And you can see if he's truthful or not. I'll answer any questions you have. Just please let me leave. Please leave me here so that I may bury my brothers and sisters. The direction for the town of Pav on the crossroads is that way, and he points in kind of a north by northeasternly direction.
I mean, that would make sense. We did head south from that river that we crossed with the elemental, so yeah.
And Kaylin, that matches up with the direction that you plot out.
Kaylin says that's the correct direction.
Can't say no if someone wishes to bury their dear ones.
No, I'm wondering if we can do anything to help.
Do you need assistance in digging the holes? Is there, like...
If it's all the same, this is something that our people must do on our own. But again...
More civilized people usually cremate them. I can help you burn the bodies if you want.
No, we believe in returning to the forest that we protect.
Minium looks visibly upset and just storms off.
Manya, did you just white
Ignore him.
savior them?
Did you just what? See?
Just a question before we go.
Yes, of course.
What's the deal with this armor?
Oh boy.
As he looks at the armor, he's a little put off the fact that you're carrying it. But he takes a breath. That armor is made of drake hide. It is tough and light, and that platinum stitching was given to my sister there by her betrothed.
There,
Sarah
Rin,
looks
give
at
that
Malagar's
back.
first, and Sarah looks at Malagar's first. I have to give her back her and I, even though it could be lots of
Yes.
money.
I don't care. That was their sister's who's now dead. Give it back. Please.
Wait, it all depends. Is he gonna bury it with her?
Was it
No,
not-
give it back.
Sorry, the clothes are special, so Sarah's going to give back the obsidian and the armor, but keep the 12 gold pieces.
Just don't tell him about the gold pieces.
He kind of lifts up a hand and shakes his head. No, in battle, you've earned the prize that you've kept. I will not take that back.
Sarah looks really guilty. Just, are you sure there's nothing I can
Should.
do? Do they need anything like this patrol? Do they need anything? You know, being engaged to someone's really special. Is there anything I can do?
He kind of shakes his head. Just when you tell the story of your victory, be respectful to those who fell.
We are really giving these people mixed signals.
John goes, okay, and finds somewhere to put this armor.
He kind of regards.
Kalen just
Go ahead.
sorry, up to you.
I was gonna say he kind of regards the whole group with that same kind of sullen expression. Now, if you have any questions about this area, I have lived here all of my life, and I am happy to answer them in return for you leaving me here when you are ready to go.
Is it normal for elementals to be warring so viciously on the roads here?
It is not, actually. There's been actually a lot of different activity from the spirits of all manner. The spirits of the dead, the spirits of nature itself. Everything seems to be out of balance, one might say.
Do you know of any, like, causes that, or anything that might have caused it? Anything you can think of?
Like I said earlier, we've heard stories from the plains of creatures appearing there that are much larger and more dangerous than what is normally in those places, but the activity from the fortress worries my master and our tribe as a whole. The fortress has been rather quiet for generations, it would seem, but the bad feelings and strange happenings seem to center upon the old fortress on the cliff.
I have one more question for you. Do you think you could prevent any more of your kin from attacking us when we come through these forests, not to disrespect them?
It would take some time for my master to return after using such a spell. Um, there will be eyes on you as you walk through the trees, as there has been since you crossed the bridge, but there will not be another attack such as that.
Can you apologize to your clan from the rest of us? We kind
Not
of
me.
like the whole. Nah. Malika's just gonna give a bland look, being like, "I'm not surprised."
Shot an arrow
You're
at
the
me. I
little
burnt down the
warrior
Okay,
trees.
look.
kind of
The only reason we did it was to defend ourselves, because again, we got shot at. Normally, things that shoot at us are trying to kill us, so clearly we fought back. Sorry, and sorry again about the kobolds. My bad.
The machine is right. You are giving very mixed signals, as they put it.
Yeah.
My,
I will not apologize for defending myself and my group. I do apologize for them continuously misconstruing all of our signals.
Obviously, like, I'm gonna stop talking and just walk away.
Go ahead, Haku.
huh? Oh no, I'm just gonna like just say we are very sorry. It is our natural reaction to defend ourselves when we just get attacked. And as for the kobolds, I don't understand what happens with them, so
I agree. I'm very sorry your first shot didn't immediately kill all 6 of us, and then we reacted that way. I apologize to you.
Gargano.
Kaylin looks at her team and says, "Okay, team, we've done a great job apologizing. Maybe it's time to head out."
Even better at defending ourselves.
Yes. Good
Ah.
job, Lanya.
Great suggestion. Heads. That's what you should have aimed for. Yes, that's what I was getting at. Yes. Well, good day. Or are they coming with us? This is awkward.
No, we're leaving them
No,
here.
they are staying here. Kaylin is if everyone else leaves first.
Oh yeah, Malika's already
Kaylin
walked
is like-
away.
Yeah, Yagi.
walking away.
Kaylin,
Starts walking in the direction of the rest of you all. I don't know why we couldn't have taken him with us. He's the fluffiest of all of you.
That is a good point. Well, I am quite hairy, but
Sorry, is that Max? Back
Max.
there that I'm hearing?
He's crying because
Aw.
the door's closed, and I'm not
Aw.
petting him right now.
Oh.
Hey, dude, it's like 24/7.
Sorry.
It's fine. I just
So,
didn't know what it was, and I looked at them.
as everyone else leaves, Kaylin is going to use plant growth on the charred trees to give them back their leaf cover,
Aw.
and then is going to hand the weapons back to the White Tiger.
He takes the weapons. He doesn't immediately put them back on his person, but he kind of gives an appreciative nod at the gesture with the trees. And he takes a moment. I thank you for restoring what was lost. And if you'll accept it, I will part with you a small bit of information.
I don't require anything in exchange, but it would be appreciated.
All I will say is that these forests hold secrets that sometimes may not be the best to try and uncover. But to those who listen, and to those who are not afraid to get their feet wet, there are answers to be found.
talking of the Kaelin pulls out the map of the area and says, "You're talking of the lake to the east."
These words are more just an expression, just some parting wisdom to show the respect for a fight well fought.
Thank you.
I very much respect your wish to protect these forests. That was a similar forest that I couldn't protect.
Well, then,
I hope you understand that we mean you no harm.
well, perhaps it was a good thing that we met. Just as I said, try not to delve too deeply into things that don't wish to be found.
With that, Kaelin's going to hurry hurry back to the party, and is going to point in the direction of Pav.
All right. Yagi, with her one good arm, kind of leans forward, rubbing the back of her head. What'd I say? It's the truth.
You can't just take creatures that are floppy.
Well, I mean,
That's the one most
taking.
likely to steal shit.
No, what? Who says that I
Yeah,
stole
he was
anything?
most likely to.
Oh, I'm not talking about you. She knows exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. And Malagos looks at Saren.
Is that stolen anything since the capital? Actually, no, Greta, I haven't stolen anything since we got back together. Oh no, that is a lie.
No, I'm
That's a
actually
lie.
fucking
I
proud of you
haven't
for
stolen
that.
anything. I haven't stolen anything since Redbridge. I stole nothing at the capital, but I stole something at Redbridge.
What did you steal at Redbridge?
Don't worry about it.
It's nothing important.
We haven't florals.
Really, really broke. So I stole this, and out of her pocket she steals a what was the hairbrush made out of?
It was a platinum hairbrush.
Companions at the mine.
That's what the fuck she does.
Oh, that looks
Clearly.
lovely. You want to touch that?
Mine.
I just want to brush my hair.
Yeah, you would reach down and pat Argonauts. Wow.
You're a fluffy little dwarf.
And as the conversation continues and our characters walk into the trees, eventually you find the road once again. The sounds of the elementals are no longer within earshot, and your wounds from the battle mending and Hawks's arms a little sore, but not that bad.
Do they kind of look jagged and a little messed up from the spell, or?
No, the spell. I mean, there's some bruising, but they're straightened out.
Okay.
Garganoth purrs like a mountain. Oh my god.
Malagos, and
Yeah.
Gary, that was very unsettling.
What?
Yeah. It's not
Oh.
pretty to put you back together.
My arms, for a sec
I-
there, looked
look.
like they were bending in ways they shouldn't.
I told you to look away.
Well, they were definitely in ways they shouldn't have been in the beginning, so what do you expect?
Ox, you're lucky
I
those
don't-
things still exist.
Hey! Well, I can't be mad about that because what in the hell made you think you could catch me? Look how little you are.
Meant to be a superhero like you.
Clearly you're
Aw.
not.
You're always helping people I wanted to help you.
I appreciate that, but maybe consider your strengths first, and not catch something that clearly outweighs that's heavier than you can lift.
Things not being that heavy.
Basically, she's saying only help her if she's drowning.
Fine.
Kaylin yells back, "You know I'm a better swimmer, right?"
Fat chance.
I don't even understand.
Kaylin taps wave against the Triton's head. I can breathe
Just because
underwater
you have a
and
fancy
command it.
weapon doesn't mean crap. I've lived there under the water for most of my life.
Staying out of this one.
Under the sea.
My money's on the fish.
Is there anything?
Kaylin, it's okay to sometimes let other people be good at things.
Hang on. Is there
There's so
anything,
much fun
Kaylin?
being good at
is-
things.
Go ahead, Lanyard.
Okay.
Is there anything that somebody is better at than Kaylin?
Depends
Yeah,
on who you
ways.
ask.
Well, right now I'm asking
Saren's, like,
Kaylin.
Saren's jumping up and down in the back with both hands up, going, me, me, me.
Hawks, what's your swim speed?
Okay, so that answered my
Alright,
question. The
this
answer
not
is
our
no.
biggest dick contest.
The answer is no.
I would like to see
Wait,
Kaylin
wait,
lift
the
shit higher
biggest
than
swim
me.
contest.
Give me a sec, I'm looking up.
But you've got the boots of swiftness.
Yeah, I have a 50 swim speed.
I believe I actually have 60.
Ooh.
Oh, my bad. 30. Wow, apparently I'm worse.
The sea elf is worse.
Trident. Oh,
I can't breathe underwater, but I can still swim 50 feet in a single time.
yeah, but what's your use of it?
At least I won't drown. So there.
Put it this way, you can breathe underwater. Don't think Kaylin can do that without assistance.
I can with the Trident.
But if you drop the trident, you're stuffed.
You're fucked.
Yeah, as soon as someone takes that away from you, you're done.
As the conversation continues and day turns into evening, the sun getting a little low along the treetops, you see in the distance the town of Pav. Very wooden structures, high roofs with almost kind of a Nordic feel to it, long curves and pronounced kind of carvings on the buildings that look like from the distance some kind of face or animal figurehead. And as the evening birds start their songs, there is an odd and slightly terrifying sound that comes on the wind.
Immediately
Fuck.
after Riley goes.
As you
Sounds like a large cat to anyone else.
I think I'm just gonna look around, see where if she can see it.
And you're free.
as you look into the sky, through the clouds you see the silhouette of a dragon flying over the town of Pav. Its
Definitely hiding behind Maligos.
its dark silvery form flits along the dying light of the day as there are explosions and bright fiery colors lighting up the skies.
That's so pretty.
No, I don't do dragon. We let
Sarah,
thank
look,
you.
it's friend-shaped.
Fuck you, Kaylin. I don't do dragons.
It's not friend shaped. Though I am interested to figure
Is it attacking the town or just... Sorry. Go first.
No, to go off what you're saying, yeah. Is it attacking the town, or is the town attacking it?
I have described what you see from the distance that you are standing.
Probably just a spectacle. Doesn't seem like anybody's panicking.
Yeah,
Hey
dragon
guys,
sounded
we can
pissed.
just like throw it out in the forest.
Melios, is that what a dragon really is?
Yep.
Can we
maybe.
hear any town sounds?
You hear drums beating in a fierce tempo. You hear voices raised, but at this distance it's difficult to tell what they are saying. There seems to
Does it
be
sound
a...
like war drums?
give me a perception check.
Actually, would Malagos know that? Because she was like the daughter of a soldier.
Are the
Sweet.
flames going upwards or downwards?
You see the flames kind of launching upwards and exploding around the dragon as it flies in and out of the clouds. They are deep billowing drums. You're unsure what their purpose is, but you can tell there are many people out in the streets.
Malagos, do dragons ever take part in ceremonies? Or celebrations?
I don't know why I would know that. I don't think so.
Aren't you a dragonborn
But
person?
I'm a dragonborn, yes.
Are you not related to them?
Oh,
No.
Be
Do
born
you guys want me
dragon.
to turn into a bat and fly ahead and have a quick split?
I
Because it
think
could
we
be an
should
illusion
check it
or
out.
something.
I think we should check it out, yes.
Okay, everyone, double speed towards the town.
Malagos, I'm so sorry if I was unintentionally racist towards dragons. I did not mean it that way.
I legitimately just didn't know.
Yep, that's fine. Let's go. Come on. Don't let me outrun you.
Alright, is everyone in
Everyone
agreement?
starts running at top speed to not outstrip everyone.
Malagos isn't even trying to stealth. She just runs and it's like.
I try to keep it up.
Okay. As you all run down the road, you're still about a half mile away from the town. But as you run and the town becomes closer and closer, you start to hear the sounds of spells going off as, again, flame and sparks launch up into the sky.
That's a fireball.
You see the silvery...
Burning?
There are many lights coming from the town. Looks like firelight, but the buildings are built so that you can't, like, see into the heart of the town from where you are.
Can I look up and study the dragon to see if it's one that we recognize?
Yeah, you can do that. Give me a perception check.
You find out it's Timmy, the dragon.
Timmy the dragon.
Today.
I like the perception checks.
So,
That's
with that perception check, you get a very good look at the dragon. This dragon is more slender than the dragons you have seen or their depictions. Very lithe. Thin necks with a serpentine tail, spines behind the two horns on the back of its head. Its face is sharp, and the bright eyes kind of give it a very scowling looking expression. The colors of this dragon's scales are fairly bright and almost reminds you of liquid metals like mercury.
So, dragons are my favorite enemy. Would I recognize what this is?
Give me a survival check with advantage. 19. From stories, as you've not seen one in the flesh before, this appears to be a mercury dragon.
I say something's not right. Metallic dragon wouldn't generally attack town.
Yeah, it's probably a celebration. It doesn't look like it's firing towards the city.
Do any of the attacks look like they're hitting the dragon or trying to hit the dragon?
Make a perception check.
Yagi been to pub.
We are getting ever closer as we're doing this.
Yeah, you are. You guys are running. You're closing the distance. Malagos, as you guys are closing the distance and you're getting to see more and more details, these explosions, they don't seem to be aiming at the dragon per se. And as this realization comes to you, the fiery explosions, actually one pops up and explodes in a brilliant blue explosion.
There's fireworks?
What is that?
Yep. Like I said, probably just, celebration or something.
No, you might be right, because they're not particularly trying to hit the dragon.
Why would they fire something at the dragon that's blue? I've never seen anything like that.
That one in particular was blue. The other, they're not all blue, right?
That's the first blue one you've seen, yes.
Kaylin is going to shoot some sparks upwards and say, "They're like this, fireworks."
Ooh, pretty. What are those for?
Yeah,
These are
Argonaut
celebration.
takes a bite out of his apple
Yeah.
and says, "Oh, celebrations and stuff and things."
Yagi,
We don't have
do you know
anything
what's
like this
happening?
where I'm from.
Saren, as you ask Yagi what's happening, Yagi, as everyone else ran, she ran, but she doesn't seem as apprehensive as the rest of you. Oh, I thought you guys were just ready for the party. The town of Pav, they worship a mercury dragon they call the songstress of the lake. And I guess we're there at their yearly festival.
So that dragon's not evil?
Most likely that's the town wizard making an image. It's just an illusion.
The ceremonial dragon.
That looks like an awfully real dragon to me.
Hi, Rage. We are streaming, by the
Hello.
way.
I realize. I'll keep my comments short and brief.
That's all right. That's all right.
My favorite voice.
I'm sorry.
There are not enough in the breath. So many people to go.
I'm also watching the stream.
Okay. So yeah, you guys have made it.
Nothing.
You guys have made it to the edge of town by this time. And sure enough, what you are greeted with is the look of people in festive colors, faces covered with silvery masks that are done up in scales, some of them real silver scales, some of them painted. Let me change the music up here. And skip.
I feel kind of silly running, thinking I was being attacked, but it seems like a normal on this side of things.
Yeah. For them, it's a ceremonial process.
there are children running in the streets with colorful ribbons on strings of blue and gray. There are stage performers. There are street performers walking around in full costume of silvery and other mercury dragons. And as you walk through these bustling streets, the drums beat a steady, deep sound that many of the people are dancing to. There seems to be one dance in particular, as there are many costume dancers seemingly telling a story with their movements. Did I lose everyone?
No.
we're still here.
I thought someone was gonna say something.
That's what I thought.
Malagus is just. Yeah, Malagus is kind of like taking everything in, being like, oh. And she kind of like takes a like breath of like, oh, thank God the town's not being attacked. But it's nice to see someone like doing a festival for a dragon.
Yagi has wandered off to one of the food vendors and with one hand pays and with the other hand carrying a fistful of what looks to be roasted fruits on some kind of skewer. Oh my goodness, I love these things. They only have them once a year.
Wait, one hand?
She's only got one hand.
She's only got one hand.
Yep. Paying with one hand and coming back with one hand full of fruit skewers.
Well, that's just not right.
Dance.
I think we're gonna look at the food. Not much for dancing.
Is and it turns brilliantly silver as well.
Oh, Kaylin, you're turning silver, huh? As
Yeah, I've turned my cloak silver and Hox's cloak silver.
okay, as you guys are kind of,
Silver.
I'm sorry,
What about my silver?
he turned your cloak silver.
Okay.
As you all are kind of getting into the festivities and kind of acclimating to this welcome sight, there is the dragon that's above you seems to kind of fade off into glittering dust that just kind of drifts down almost like snow. Again, an illusion, as you can't feel it when it touches you. But there is a tall elf that is walking in your all's direction. He wears these deep, like, ocean blue robes with silvery trim. His chestnut hair is cut to about waist length and hangs in straight lines along his frame. His ears are very upward turned, and his eyes are the very deepest shade of hazel. As he walks up to your group, he smiles to each of you in turn and stops a moment on Malagos.
Oh no.
Oh dear,
Uh-huh.
it has been some time since we have had one of draconic persuasion among our fabled
Superhero.
town.
Malagus put a hand over Hox's mouth, like, hush.
Have you come for the festival?
Well, we were actually just passing through. It just seems to be a convenient timing that we stumbled upon your festival. I've never heard
Yeah, we
of
thought
this
you were
festival
getting
before.
Attacked? Oh, no. There have been no dragon attacks in this village for hundreds of years.
I'll be honest, I Yeah, Malagas is just saying, I'll be honest, I didn't even know that there was a town that honored a metallic dragon.
This one here will attack your alcohol reserves. Don't be mistaken.
Uh,
Well, it would be fortuitous as with the festival we have many fruit wines and fruit ales available.
Look, luckily for me, I've drinking all my alcohol reserves already.
Rage, you're not here.
I'm sorry. It was important commentary.
Okay.
Tumbling drunk comes in, bumps into Malagos and is like, I've drunk all of my alcohol.
Yes.
I will admit, it'd be nice to just take a breather for a second.
Of course it would.
I thought
Enjoy the festivities and bask in the protection of the songstress of the lake.
I
What is the
apologize for
songstress
my
of
intrusion.
the lake's name?
It's all right, Rage. What did you say, Malagos?
What is the name of the songstress?
What do you mean, what is her name? We know her as the songstress of the lake. You do not ask the true name of the guardians who bring blessings upon your town.
That's my fault. I assumed it was
Lie
a
in a
hobbit
puddle
kind of thing.
distributing swords.
What do you mean, giving swords?
Just an old story I heard of.
Well, that aside, I am Kev Corvus. I am the resident mage. I am also the vizier of this town. I oversee everything that happens here, as it is my line that originally was handed down the gift of the songstress.
What's the gift of the songstress?
Oh, well, the gift of the songstress is the protection that lies over this town. As you know, we are in a bad part of these lands, and her protection and her blessing keeps us from the creatures and the spirits that walk these woods. And all she has asked in return that we keep the sanctity of her message and the privacy of her waters.
And what is that message?
The message, of course, is to be true to oneself and to sing when one feels the need.
Garganoth looks at Hawks.
Just to make sure that we don't offend anyone, the purity of your water, do you mean don't pollute it in any sort of way?
The privacy of her waters.
Sorry, the privacy. It's been a long day.
Yes.
Would that be...
Dragon Song Lake?
Well, she is the songstress.
Yeah.
Of course it is Dragon
Does that mean
Song
don't, like,
Lake.
Swim in her lake, like Dragon Song Lake?
Yes, that would definitely mean not to swim in her lake. There are only certain rituals in which we are permitted to even take water from the lake. But the songstress had made sure that we had water sources here, deep wells and purified streams that make it so we don't have to take from her domain.
I can respect that. I look forward to learning more from her as the festivities continue.
Well, there is much wisdom she has bestowed upon us, and we welcome you to Pav to enjoy the festival, as it will be going on for today and tomorrow. There will be a large feast tomorrow in her honor, and the young children have put together a performance that tells her tale if you wish to stay.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Where could we find a place to stay? At what inn?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, we do love our travelers here. The Silver Scale is the large inn. You'll see it just down there. uh, down to the south of the main street there. Um, and also there is the gentle voice. Um, it is a smaller inn which has a nice bar within it. Uh, both may have spaces available. We have not had many visitors this year.
Character dimmer. What was his name again?
Kev Corvus. I'll type it in chat. And Oddstum, if you want to give an insight, you can.
Thanks, thanks, Kev.
Oh, please don't call me Kev.
You have any suspicion why there
Corvus?
aren't as many travelers this year?
Oddsum, you get the feeling he is very genuine in everything he has said thus far, and actually very enthusiastic as well. And as he turns to the dwarf, he smiles. Well, the spirits have been restless in the area, and while we don't take much trouble with it here, due to her blessing, of course, the travelers have kind of stayed on the other side of the Red Bridge.
Garganoth takes the
Go ahead, Gar.
Garganoth just tells them about the elementals fighting and stuff.
Oh dear. It seems it has gotten worse than we thought. If the elementals themselves are warring on the open road, that will be something I'll have to speak with the elders about, but as it is, we are trying to keep in the mood of the celebration. But I thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Also, I would recommend maybe providing the were-tigers with some signs.
Some signs?
Something I think they can use.
Yeah, there's a group that's protecting the woods.
Oh yes, we see a few of their brothers and sisters come in every few months to get supplies.
Not anymore, you.
Unfortunately, we had a run-in where they attempted to warn us, and it was an avoidable situation.
Unavoidable. And he looks to Lanier.
Unavoidable.
Small one, what do you mean by not anymore?
We might have thought they were trying to kill us, and we did just that to most of them, unfortunately.
Lawyer points at Haas and just nods.
I see.
We did it out of self-defense, otherwise we would have just been on our way.
And yeah, we don't want that happening to anyone else because they mentioned they don't want people to know they're there. But it just seems like a really bad idea to just fire an arrow in someone's direction.
Especially people who could have just been coming to enjoy the festivities. They could have parted with, without their lives. Or, I mean, granted their shots weren't that great, but details, semantics.
They said they weren't trying to hit us. They were trying to scare us off.
Well, that
They don't
being...
want anyone to wreck their forest.
Some signs that say, please stay to the path.
I see. Well, I do hope that these stories don't get to the festival goers, but I will ask that you refrain from violence while joining our festivities, and perhaps, if so inclined, perhaps leave your weapons in your room once you have one, just to keep people from panicking.
We wouldn't condone violence.
Definitely not used to adventurers, are you guys?
We're used to adventurers, but not ones that come in and immediately tell of those that they have slain.
It's not like we really had a choice or knew what they were doing.
I cut off Hawks. I said that wasn't our intent. We are concerned for the were-tigers, and we're wondering if the town could provide any support for them. It's what my colleagues were very poorly trying to say.
Kaylin says, what is their usual order for their monthly supplies?
They usually get some tallow and a bit of dried fruit preserves. They usually bring in some hides that they've found and sometimes some silver scales that they scrounge around from within the forest. I mean, really, you could speak with Geralt down at the store to see completely what their order is. That's not quite what I handle around here.
Thank you. I will go talk to Gerald.
Well, you might think about what I said. It is a safe place here with her blessing and with the festivities going on. It's please enjoy and take part.
I bend down to Lanyard and Hawks and I say, so what we don't do is say that we've killed people recently.
Yes.
But I can still burn trees.
No, you can't.
And I can swim in lake.
No, you cannot.
No.
Knock it off.
I've posted a picture of this NPC in the channel in It's D&D. So.
Fine, Malagos, but I bet you I can drink you under the table tonight.
Oh, you're on. You're paying.
You're right, I am.
I slip Malagos a small bottle of blue spirit. I say, chuck it in a drink.
What is this? I don't need to
It's
cheat
not
for
blue
this.
drink.
It's all I have left.
Do you not remember that Hawks had no problem doing that? Just saying that out of character.
Yes, but it left me combine it with other alcohol.
But then there was
Oh,
syrup
Jesus.
too.
Alright, come on. Let's go. Let's go drink. Let's get a hotel room first. Or an inn hotel.
Wait,
Let's get an inn room first and then drink.
Sounds good.
Kaylin's gonna hand 10 gold to Malagos and say, can you grab my lodging as well? I'm gonna go speak with the shopkeep.
I have no gold, so yes.
I hand 20.
Yagi
That means I'm paying for a room, too.
Yagi is going to kind of step up in front of you all. So listen, since there's a big party here, that's probably a good point for me to get lost in the crowd. I thank you very much for seeing me along this way. And she kind of goes to each of you and kind of gives you a hug and like a pat on the shoulder and such.
Lanyard squirms away as he tries to do that.
Aw, but Lanyard...
Um,
Don't go stealing anything.
Did we just get
Kaylin
pickpocketed?
checks her coin up immediately.
I mean, if you guys want to check your persons, you can.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
She's like
Yeah.
turning to like walk away at this point.
Kaylin says, yeah, you still owe us information.
What do you mean?
You said that when we got you here safely, you would give us the remaining information about the shadowy figure who stole all of our gold.
And I already have.
Then get
Nope,
back here,
you
because I have a feeling that was you.
She kind of smiles and steps back into the crowd.
I'm gonna follow her.
I knew it.
Give me a perception check, Saren.
I am also still looking directly at her.
Okay.
Would you like a perception check?
Yes, I would.
Say, how are we checking for our own shit too?
The two of you watch as Yagi kind of backs up into the crowd, and for a moment, there's a bit of a flare from her one usable hand, and a shimmering that kind of falls around her body like rain before she just kind of blinks out of sight. Those of you who are checking your body, go ahead. Give me a, just give me a regular perception. Why not?
I would like to remind you, Dumey, that I carry 100 copper pieces in a very visible purse on the outside of my belt.
Oh, I'm
whilst
very aware.
The rest of my gold is...
I'm very aware. Well,
Fuck.
here's the thing. As you all check, you don't seem to be missing something. But what you do realize is the things you were missing have been returned.
Are you
Aww.
fucking...
Like our gold?
Yes.
What?
She just needed passage.
Bitch.
She could have asked.
Malagus, upon seeing her shit return, is gonna give Kaylin 10 gold back. Oh,
Galen says,
God.
I'm still paying my room. You keep it until
Okay,
such
but-
time as you pay.
I'm giving you half because I said I have no gold, so you gave me an extra 10. I have my shit back.
Right.
I'm still paying for our drinking contest because I will beat you at it.
No.
Yeah.
we'll
Hawk,
see.
you poor thing.
You guys, of course, might have to count your stuff, but
When
Kayla and Kyrie just look at each other. Yeah, wait, we didn't get robbed, so...
Alright, Malagus,
I didn't get
how
robbed
long did it
either.
take to count shit?
how much gold did you have?
Malago's the shit that got stolen from her was 143 platinum and 1,359 gold.
That's going to take some time to count and some space.
1, 2,
Yep.
3...
Malagos would like to get to the inn to like buy the rooms for people and then count her shit.
Okay. Are you all in agreement that you're going to head to the inns?
I'm headed to Geralt.
What was
Then
that?
we'll
Yeah,
head
she-
towards where the fireworks are coming from.
Okay, so what did Garganos say?
I was gonna ask if there was a place where I can buy a big cloak that sort of matches the festivities of what's going on the way to the inn. Just like a really simple
Okay.
big cloak, like just to wrap around myself.
Okay, first question, which inn are we going to?
Should we do a silver scale? Like it seems like a better place. Does that one have a bar, do we know?
There's not a bar in the building, it's just an inn. But I'm sure you could find a bar around it.
You know what? I'd be okay with going somewhere that doesn't have a bar in it.
What?
Less temptation.
We always go somewhere with a bar.
Yeah, but okay, so if we go to the bigger place, it might be more secure. We might not have our shit stolen. Or if we go to the smaller one with the bar, that means we might get our shit stolen again.
Well, that depends. Are we here for work or pleasure? If we're here for work, then loose lips tend to point us in the right direction. Otherwise, Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
I would have to agree with Garganoth on this one. I think the one with the bar might actually be better. Not just for Malagos while she's stumbling around, but
Stumble.
I'm just surprised Malagos didn't want the bar. That I was just shocked.
The last time we were in a place with a bar, we got our shit stolen.
Do you guys remember the name of the other bar?
Fuck. No.
No.
Damn, because I didn't mark down
Wait.
which one I picked.
It was.
It was not
It was.
the minus one, it was the other one.
Yeah, it was the non-miners one. It was the one that's not owned by the Bar family.
No.
Not talking about the Falcon.
Yeah, not in Redbridge here.
Oh, wait,
This-
here. Oh, the one is Silver Scale Inn. That's the big one. The other one is Gentle Voice, which is the smaller, nice, and has a nice bar.
That's what I thought.
Sorry, yeah. If I do have, yeah, I wrote them both down.
Okay.
I have a feeling that we're less likely now that Yagi's gone that we're not gonna get stuff stolen. But that's just me being trustworthy.
Am I a
Always
joke
trustworthy.
to Hawk?
Are you saying you're stealing my coin?
Saren, I was in a room with you and we got our
Wow.
shit taken.
Don't even joke about that. I'm very unimpressed. And then she also said that the dude who runs the town said, "Be your true self."
Saren?
So you're saying that you will steal my coin?
No, because that's not who she really is.
You don't know who I really am.
I have a good
Big shot.
good hint.
Not a big softy.
You are a big softy.
A big softy who likes
Not a big softy.
you
Saren, you
love
forget the
us.
chats that Saren, did you forget the chats that me and you have had?
She also murdered.
Yeah.
She also murders people.
Yes, but we've also killed people too, remember?
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying.
I know who she is
Plus,
deep
there's a
down. What
difference
she cares
between
about.
murdering someone and killing someone. Normally, and she's saying this in a very harsh tone. Fox, normally if you murder someone, they don't deserve it.
There's a
You can murder
difference?
someone who definitely deserves it. It's whether or not you initiated the fight or not.
I'm starting to feel like I'm very, very innocent in this world, about this world.
I mean,
Oh,
I don't know if
honey,
she did that into the
you are.
ocean.
Hey, Caitlin just said, well, when I was in human years, about 15, I went on a killing spree and killed about 120 people. None of those were murders.
I'm not as bad as Caitlin.
I feel
Kaylin has
like
been
I
bullied.
have been lied to about the surface world.
What did they tell you about the surface world?
It was a fantastic place to live.
It is if you're
Everyone's
rich.
safe.
Oh,
If
you
you're
sweet sinner
no.
child.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
That I could
Listen,
trust
I was
many people
safe.
here.
Oh no,
I mean,
no, you can't trust anyone. Half of them want to steal from you, the other half want to stab you in the back, and some just want to murder you for burning down a forest.
So,
Yeah.
Told you that,
and sometimes
Saren.
it's just when
Are you saying I
annoying.
can't trust Malagos now too?
You can trust me.
Oh, no, this
I'm
one
pretty
you can trust.
straightforward.
Okay.
Hogs, you can trust me because I'm not going to rob you. Sorry, what was Chris saying?
I was gonna say let's pause for a minute. Let's take our little restroom break. And then from there we'll continue on that Lanyard wanted to go and check out the fireworks. Garganoth wants a cloak, and the rest of you are headed to whichever inn you decided so far. Garganoth, you specifically looking for a cloak?
Yeah, something to sort of blend in better, not for any deceiving reasons, but just, to take part in what the festivities are and that kind of thing.
Okay. Um.
but also big enough just to conceal whelm underneath also.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. There's one certain shop that is selling wooden masks that look like dragons' heads. They're also selling these uh gray, kind of a shimmery cloak, but the cloak itself is fashioned to look like dragon wings that kind of fold and cinch in the front. It doesn't have a hood, but it's definitely a long cape.
Cool. Okay. Um, hello. I'm very fond of this piece. How much are you looking for?
You see an old gnomish woman, and she smiles as you inquire about the cloaks. Oh dear, today, being the great festival of the Silver Lady, we we're selling them half price. It'll only be 2 silver.
Uh, great. You know what? I'll take two.
2? Oh, that'll be 4 silver, dear. It's so great that you're taking 2. Is there someone special you're giving the second one to?
Oh, I might have someone in mind. I'm not sure yet. Garganoth blushes a little bit. We'll see what happens.
Oh, well, the Silver Lady smiles upon us all. The songstress of the lake. She sings songs of all kinds, my dear, even love songs.
Thank you. And how are you doing? Is everything all right here? Are you enjoying the festivities?
Oh, I am a little old to partake, but I like to sit and watch the children play and talk about the wishes that they would speak to the lady. It is such a great time. It just reminds me of my youth and all the other festivals that I've seen.
Yes, that sounds lovely. Well, are you sure there are any activities you would want to go do? Perhaps I could accompany you.
Oh, well, back in my day, we used to hunt for gremlins. For you see, the Lady of the Lake, her blessing keeps the gremlins out of the town. And the gremlins, they cause all kinds of mischief. They steal your socks, and they take away the ink from your inkwells. They even lace your shoelaces to your bedpost. Such terrible little creatures. And me and my friends, we would get nets and pots, and we would go around looking under beds and in cupboards, trying to find the gremlins to catch them and take them to the Fae so they could be captured and imprisoned until the next festival. Oh, but I fear I'm far too old to be bending down and looking under such furniture.
Did you ever catch any?
Well, I mean, if we were to tell stories, of course we caught them, but between you and me, I'm not sure they exist.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for your time and sharing your reminiscence of childhood and younger years, and Garganoth hands her a gold piece.
Oh dear, thank you for your your gratuity and oh, is there anything else I can do for you? Have you been to Pav before?
No, this is our first time here. I think we might just be passing through, and we happen to stumble into the festival. And do you have any advice? Is there anything that we might want to check out while we're here?
You know, there is one thing that you really should see. There is a there is a place in the woods, and there's not many of us that know it, but by the lake, a little on the eastern shore, there is a large, smooth stone that sits in a little clearing, and there is a circle of mushrooms that circles this stone. It is a very special place, and sometimes if you go there, you can hear the Silvery Lady singing from within the lake. It's quite a thing to see. I've seen it once in my life. But don't go
Wow,
spreading it around.
No, I would not. That sounds beautiful. Would that be seen as disrespectful to her?
Oh no, it's just a spot. There's nothing sacred about it. It doesn't go to any of our rituals here in town. It's said that that is a place where she liked to rest and sunbathe on the rocks. Um, though I've never seen an actual dragon there, my dear. The rock's kind of small for that. I fear it's probably just one of those old wives' tales. Oh, and here I am telling it to you.
Oh, it's beautiful nonetheless. I mean, who knows? And what is the custom here in Pav for? Well, what does the songstress like? What's seen as a gesture of respect and greeting?
Oh, well, during the festival, what we do is we take a silver coin and we leave it on the nightstand when we go to bed. And what this is for is this is so that the Fae who protect the lake, they come and they take the silver and they take it to the Silvery Lady, and she uses it to coat her scales, or so they say. But those, it is said, now dear me, I would never do this myself, but it is said those who are within the town and don't leave the silver coin on the nightstand will find themselves pranked in the morning by the mischievous little Fae, or perhaps the gremlins.
Oh, I may have heard a story once or twice in my day. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, of course, dear. Enjoy the cloaks.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the festivities.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Silver blessings upon you.
And you as well, my friend.
And she kind of gives a sweet wave as you walk off, and you rejoin the rest of your party to head to whichever inn that they have finally decided upon. Unless
Oh, I know we were
Garganoth wants to
talking about-
partake in telling them things.
Yeah, I'm gonna share everything I learned with them.
Okay.
Say that it might be something worth checking out. It seems that the Fae also have a lot to do with the culture and traditions here. And also tell them about the silver coin on the nightstand,
Okay.
of course.
I wonder if that's a real thing or if that's just someone being like, "Ah, do this, so that way we can steal your shit."
I mean, it's just a silver coin. It's nothing. It's nothing crazy. And what's one silver coin to indulge in their humor or fables? I mean, I think it's kind of sweet, really.
Coin, or is it again, like I said, tell Mark who to steal shit from? After the last town, I think I'm a little fucking sus on a lot of things.
Okay, Malagos. Okay, I won't let them steal your things. Gorgonoth gives her a big wink.
Don't blame you, Malagos. I just learned that the whole surface world is violent and cruel.
Not the whole world.
Sure sounds like it.
There's some parts that you gotta be careful about, but not the whole world. There's still good
I beg
people.
to differ.
Well, you grew up on the dark side of shit.
So, unless someone else has anything to say at the moment, which inn did you guys decide to go into?
Do we want to check this one with the
gentle-
bar?
What was it? The
gen-
something voice.
Gentle voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gentle voice, one with the bar, I think.
Okay. So, the gentle voice is on the eastern side of town, and the silver scale is on the southern side. So, as you make your way through the the vendors and the performers. Everyone here seems to have this air of kind of tranquility and celebration. It's it's almost infectious in a way, as the children run through the streets without much of a care, and the townsfolk, dressed in their silver and sometimes blue garb, are just enjoying themselves to the fullest. You don't see, like, the regular people off to the side that aren't partaking, like in many towns, those shady characters to the left or the right. None of that is here. The blessing of this suspected goddess that they worship seems to keep the entire town in a peaceful way. And by the time you have made it to the gentle voice, you see the building, and it looks like just about every other tavern you've seen. But what sets it apart is you do hear a very soft and melodic song coming from within. Probably some bard trying to make its money for the day. And there is a sign over the door that shows just a couple of music notes and a ribbon that's wrapped around the notes. Would you like to enter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
As your party enters through the double doors, the warmth and soft light of this inn and tavern sets a rather comforting little atmosphere. There are blue and silver draperies that frame the windows and hang from the rafters above, little bits of cloth that just hide all the unsightly bare wood and seem to cover everything in this wonderful color scheme. It's difficult to tell if this is for the festival or if this is just how the place always looks. There is a round platform or stage that's right directly in the middle of this room with tables all around, and currently there is a female orc with slightly grayish skin that is sitting there and singing as animated instruments seem to play around the edge of the stage. The instruments play on their own while she sings her tune. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna go up. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, we're probably on the same train of thought. I was going to walk up to the barkeeper and say, "Do you have any rooms available?"
My thoughts exactly.
Oh, come with me. We shall ask for rooms together.
So the two of you walk up.
All right.
Two of you walk up to the counter. There's a rather large man standing there with an apron on, and he's not polishing a glass before you ask. He's actually sitting down behind the bar, eating what looks to be a small plate of finger sandwiches. And as you try to get his attention the first time, he seems very engrossed within his food on his plate. And after the second time, he almost fumbles the plate and scrambles to catch it as one of the sandwiches drop on the floor. He makes a very forlorn of a pout, looking down at the sandwich, sighs, and then looks up at the two of you. What is it?
We would like to book. Well, First, how many rooms do you have here?
Are you asking how many rooms I have here, or how many are available?
How many are available?
He kind of glances down at the sandwich on the floor again, and then back to the two of you. I currently have 4 rooms available. They each have 4 beds, but oh man, that was gonna be the best one.
We'll take all 4.
All 4?
We don't have 16 people.
Yeah, but you really want to share a room with 4 people?
Where?
We have to get 3 rooms this way because we have. And when I said just wait a second, we've got Kaylin, Fox, Kyrie, Malago, Garganoff, Lanya, me.
What about other
Odd.
people who might need a place?
Why do you want to spend so much goddamn money?
Oh, sorry, we need 2 rooms. I miscounted how many people we're
3.
traveling with. We need 2.
3.
No, we need 2 because we have 8 people.
Well, yes.
He takes another sandwich off the plate while you guys are kind of arguing back and forth of the math.
Mine too.
True.
Rooms.
2 rooms?
Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of swallows. Oh, that's good. Okay, 2 rooms. That's 8 beds. That's going to be 5 silver piece of bed. That's going to be 4 gold for a night.
And I pay him in 6 gold pieces, and I say keep the other 2. I'm sorry about your sandwich.
He kind of quirks a brow at Saren, like lifts it very high, and this very burly man just kind of slowly reaches over, takes your coin, puts it in his pocket. You should be sorry about the sandwich.
You know what? I actually am sorry about the sandwich, so I'm going to give you 2 more gold and
Oh my god,
Why?
because I'm a nice person
That
and I
No,
felt
you're a
bad
fuck-
no,
about the
that
sandwich.
makes you stupid.
You're a fucking sucker, is what you
He's
are.
the
You say
sandwich
sorry about
on
your
his
sandwich.
plate.
He takes the other 2 gold.
He has the sandwich on his plate.
I don't understand humanoids.
What'd you say,
You know,
Saren?
we should be praising Hawks for his generosity, and Garganoth gives them another 2 silver pieces as well. We need more kindness in the world. Shame on you for
None of you
belittling
are in charge
Hawks.
of the fucking gold.
I'm in charge of my own money.
I broke this whole time, and no one has given me any money.
Jimmy, how many more pieces of sandwich did this man have?
After eating the one and dropping the other, there's 4 little finger sandwiches on the plate.
I'm gonna reach up to the finger sandwich, just put the whole thing in my mouth and go, yeah, you're right, that is a good sandwich.
Saren!
Malago's just gonna look at Saren and be like, are you
I
I
popped
can't.
Saren in the back of the head while I'm standing right there.
I love that.
You miss. I can guarantee, Hawks, you miss.
The large man just kind of looks at the sandwich and then looks at
Just
Saren.
fucking kicked out?
And he kind of just stares at Saren a moment, then... Why would you... Oh, and he turns around and walks off into the kitchen.
I'm so sorry.
He walks off into the kitchen.
So sorry, let me give you more gold.
You hear a crash in the kitchen.
Oh no.
You're stealing from people after they give you the keys.
Jimmy, what do we hear in the kitchen?
You hear a crash in the kitchen. And pushing out through the door is a female dwarf with the brightest red hair. And she walks up to the bar, pulls a stool out from under the bar and stands on it. Now, who's over here making troubles?
Malaga
I'm
holds
pointing
her
at
hands up
Saren. I
Ah.
immediately point at Saren.
Malaga slaps Hawks on the back of his head.
I'm sorry, I was just really hungry. I'm happy to give you some more money. I was just really hungry, and those sandwiches looked so good.
Oh my god.
He is very,
Crying.
My God.
very sensitive about his food. Do you know how long it takes me to prepare his food? For how picky he is over everything, every little bit of crust off of there, all the little skins around the cucumbers off. Make sure there's no chunks in the mayonnaise.
Give her
Everything's...
3 more gold for the troubles.
She looks at the coin and just kind of swipes them off the table back at you. I don't want your gold.
I know it will not make up for the sandwiches. I am very sorry for my friend here, who isn't very nice when it comes to other people's food. I'm looking at Saren while I'm saying this.
And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's not like I'm not saying this out loud, but the look on her face is like, I didn't kill them, I didn't, steal any of their gold.
Progress.
You just stole one of their sandwiches. That's mean.
Manners.
Malleus just sighs and looks at the lady and goes, "If he wants another sandwich, I can make him another sandwich, and I will follow your every direction so you don't have to put the time into it."
She shakes her head. She shakes her head with a kind of a grin. Y'all want some food?
Yes,
please.
please. Oh, it looked really delicious.
The boys brought in a boar yesterday. You guys want some boar?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, and take these. She lays your 2 keys on the table. She goes back into the kitchen for a moment, comes back out.
Wait, madam.
What?
2 drinks for Malagos and I, please.
Oh, I'll get you drinks. I'll get you drinks. She comes back out with 4 plates of food. That's all she can carry right now. She's a dwarf. And she sets the platters out.
Really good. That's a lot.
What was that, Kaylin?
4 plates is really good. That's a lot. I can carry 5.
Okay.
Oh, would you shut the fuck up?
She sets them down, one in front of Hawks, one in front of Malagos, one in front of Saren. And who else was up there at that point?
Was Odd here?
Yeah,
Yeah, Odd's
Odds are shit.
yeah, the Odd was there too, and one in front of Odd.
Kyrie was also speaking and saying that it's her as well.
Okay.
There.
So the 5 of you, but she can only carry 4 plates at the moment.
Yeah, Kyrie, I gotta turn you up.
Odd slides the food over to Kyrie. Like, no offense, I just don't eat.
Very well, that's fine. And she looks at Saren, and these plates have like potatoes and a nice big slab of boar meat with some kind of green vegetable that's possibly local. And she looks at Saren and looks at the plate. Does that look good?
Oh no.
Odd leads in because they know what's happening and they're very excited about it.
Okay, Sarah takes a piece of meat and holds it away from the dwarf and says, "Yes, it does."
She smiles and pulls an apron out, a fork out of her apron, jabs the large piece of meat that you left, and she takes it and takes a bite out of it and walks back into the kitchen.
The whole thing. No, I'm gonna put the meat right down. Sarah said, "I don't know what the problem is. I steal your fruit all the time, and it's not an issue.
You steal what?
I break into your fruit, and it's not an issue. I didn't steal the whole plate. I took a sandwich."
A small bird on the windowsill squawks and says, "Excellent."
As you say you break into rooms, there are a few eyes that turn your way.
pop Saren in the head again.
Malaga's gonna give Sarah a look. Being like, your friends' rooms when you're pranking them, right?
Pardon?
Your friends' rooms when you're
Your
pranking
friends'
them.
rooms when you're
Right.
pranking them, not strangers' rooms.
It's
And
time
she,
to
like,
scare the
gives
crap
her
out
a
of
look.
me.
You get cold at nighttime, and sometimes you guys make really good foot warmers when you're sleeping.
Is that
Yeah,
why the
that's not
fuck my legs
creepy
are
at
cold?
all.
Foot warmers.
Is that why the fuck my legs are always so fucking cold?
No.
I'm buying you fucking fuzzy
They were just gonna
socks.
start like eating the potatoes and playing like Chubby Bunny with the potatoes, being like, oh.
So the lady only took Saren's boar, right?
Yes, and
Only took a bite of it.
as you guys are talking, she does come back with plates for the rest of you, and sets them down. She doesn't ask for payment because you guys gave enough gold already. But yes, she only took
I'm
Saren's
like,
boar.
Ma'am, how much was
Thank
this?
you so much.
She kind of glares at Hawks and just raises a hand and flips her hair and goes back into the kitchen.
Okay.
You both have literally pissed off the person where we're supposed to be staying.
What did I do?
Fox, don't let them bully you. You did nothing
You
wrong.
acted like money would solve everything.
I didn't think it would. I was just trying to be nice.
Not sometimes being nice, you just apologize. You don't throw money at everything.
Your heart was in the right place, Hawks. It's okay.
The tip
Yeah,
culture
it's
isn't
just
the
one
same
strange
everywhere.
I tried to be nice. I didn't take all the sandwiches.
Saren, taking food is not nice at all. Unless people give it to you.
Point.
There are tills behind the counter. I didn't pick that too.
No.
Galen,
tempt
shut
her.
up!
Caitlin's
Caitlin's
not here.
there.
Saren wouldn't do it when Melly goes around anyway.
Speaking of Kaylin not being there, is it all good if we just say I pay for 3 months of the supplies from the were tigers?
Yes, you wanted to go to the general store. I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
that
no, I
was
guess it's just
after
gonna-
getting rooms, but okay, you want to go while they're doing that.
Caitlin
Okay.
separated from us. Malagos had the money to pay for Caitlin's room. Once they got rooms, Malagos is 100% counting her fucking gold in the room.
Okay, so we'll
Scaring her
move.
shit.
We'll move from the inn to the general store, and Gerald. Hold on, my notes. I went the wrong way in the pages. Kaylin, I dropped the book. As you follow the directions to the store, the store has a sign outside that says the Wee Ren Market. And right next door to this store is a large stone building bearing the imperial crest.
Okay. Do I recognize this? What this building is from last time I passed through town?
Yeah, easy enough. It's an imperial garrison. Just a small
I
one.
take note of the Imperial garrison's location.
Okay.
And actually, I'm gonna stop in there after I go to the general store.
Okay. The Wee Ren Market is kind of your stereotypical general store. There's a little bit of everything. There's some food, there's some supplies, a little bit of everything, not a lot of anything. Small section where it looks like maybe local craftsmen have made some things to sell in the store. bits of kind of second-hand adventuring equipment, a large section of festivity decorations and kind of bits and baubles commemorating the Silver Lady, little idol statues, that kind of thing. And sitting at the counter is a rather rough-looking dragonborn. The scales are kind of chipped.
2 swords and a scar over one eye.
I'm sorry?
Does he have 2 swords and a scar over one eye?
No. By rough, I mean kind of old and worn down. Scales are chipped, horns broken, cracked. The skin a bit dry, peeling some places. He's actually got a pair of glasses on, and he's reading over a book.
I say, in as sweet a voice as I can manage, would you be Gerald?
Yeah, I would be today. Don't know about tomorrow. Could be anybody tomorrow.
As could we all. I have some friends that I'd like to pay for their. I'd like to lay down a tab for them for their next shopping visit.
Friends, you say? Ah, you got lots of those.
A few.
Okay, all right. Don't need to be boasting about it, you know, but that's fine. What kind of tab are we making today?
I understand that they come to a fair amount for regular goods every few months or so, and I was wanting to pay for their next 2 shopping visits. They are were-tigers. They live in the forest near here.
Oh, yeah, a few of them come through here and pick up supplies all the time. We got a regular order, and then, of course, they give me a list of things that they need for the next time. Gives me time to get stuff in and ordered, you know. We're kind of far from the main hubs out here, and it's a little hard to get things delivered on a right noticeable schedule. And now I've forgotten what it was you were asking.
Would I be able to lay down the next 2 months of their purchase? Pay for their next 2 months of their purchases?
2 months? Oh, I mean, I guess so. And he kind of reaches under the desk, stops a moment, turns back to the book he was reading, closes the book, sets it aside. He's very slow and methodical in each of his movements. Imagine the Zootopia scene with Flash.
Can I... Yeah. Can I read from here what the book is called?
Can you read Draconic?
Yes.
The name of the book is shoot, I just had it. It is the Special Orders and Personal Tinctures of Eden's Organics. Its catalog.
Whilst he's doing this, I take out a leaf and I start writing on it in common to the protectors of the forest. I am very sorry for what happened. I know this won't make up for it.
Okay. Send me a copy of that letter later so I can mark it down. Um, Gerald finally pulls up this large record book and kind of starts flipping through the pages. Oh, let's see. There was 4 months ago, 3 months ago. Turns the page. 2 months ago. Oh yeah, they're due to be through here in about a week or two. It looks like. Ah, okay. There's 10 pounds of that. There's bags of this, and a few bottles of that, and of course they bring back the. Well, if this week's or this month's order is anything like the ones before it, it's going to be about 50 gold pieces for each month, which about 100 gold pieces should cover their tab. Now, if there's change left over, what should I do with the change?
Give it to them, or upgrade the whatever it is that they're getting to a higher quality.
Okay, and he kind of reaches up to one of his broken horns and pulls out one of the spines, and it's actually kind of ingenious. The spine is actually fashioned into a pen. It's just a handy place to keep it. And he kind of licks the tip of the pen and dips it into the little inkwell that's on the table, and he starts to scribble down 50 gold credit this month, and then he turns the page, 50 gold credit this month, and then he kind of turns the book around and flips the page back and says, alright, I need signature here, and then on the other page there.
Kalen will sign.
Okay.
It's messy and kind of bad handwriting, but she'll sign.
And he kind of looks down at the signature. Okay, Cassie, looks like everything's good. And he closes the book up and tucks it back under the table. And then holds out his hand.
Wraps 100 gold in a piece of leather and hands it over.
All right. And he kind of weighs it in his hand a little bit. Yeah, that's close enough. Kind of reaches down, and you hear him just kind of toss the bag underneath the table, and it kind of hits underneath the counter, and there's a jingling sound.
Kalen says, also, can you give this to them?
Huh? What? Oh, yeah. And he takes the little leaf note, I'm assuming is what you're handing him.
Yeah, I've rolled it up and tied it with a little bit of twine.
Yeah, okay. And he takes that and kind of looks a little bit more carefully under the table and just like gingerly tosses it towards where he tossed the coin.
Thank you, Gerald.
Yeah. What did I do?
You passed on a message and have helped out my friends.
Oh, that was very nice of me. Okay. Any shopping you'd like to do?
No, I think I'm good. And I will say in Draconic, enjoy the festival.
He seems kind of surprised and smiles. You too. Silver blessings.
I will walk out the door and then head next door to the barracks, or the garrison.
Okay. And as you head over to the garrison, just before you make it to the door, you see Kev Corvus coming out of the garrison.
Ah, Master Corvus.
Oh, you're one of the adventurers that came after meeting with the were-tigers. Yes. Have you been enjoying
Yes,
yourself?
I haven't had a chance to enjoy myself yet. I was trying to make up for the unpleasant business.
Oh, I see. I see.
Did you already tell the garrison of the problems on the road?
Oh, yes, yes. That's yeah. I just had a meeting with the sergeant that's stationed here, and told them of what you had told me and the things you encountered on the road, and he's they said they were going to send a word to the capital and to the patrols that are already out.
Okay. It may help to add that this word came from Let's Gambit.
Lights Gambit. Oh, well, I mean, I could go back in, or if you're heading in there, you could pass that on as well. Just tell them to add it on to my message if you would.
I will do. I wish you the blessings of the Lady of the Lake.
Oh, thank you. Silver blessings be on to you as well. Um, Now I'm going to go and possibly get something to eat. A little bit of stress has kind of left me a bit famished, I suppose.
Kaelin kind of tips her hood.
And Kev Corvus kind of bows a little bit and walks off back towards the festivities, which are going as strong as they have been.
I'll walk into the garrison, and is there like a front desk?
Yeah, it's a kind of a small entry room with a desk and a door on either side that kind of blocks off the rest of the garrison. Um, Currently sitting at the desk is somebody you might recognize.
Okay. Would you like me to roll?
Um, yeah. Go ahead, roll history check. Why not?
Jesus.
You
So
see, you see the very kind of dusty blonde human female wearing white armor that you recognize as Jeanette, the Shield of Radiance from the Divine Oratory.
Shit.
Would I know about a title or just by Jeanette?
You would know her as Jeanette, the Shield of Radiance, which means she's a high-ranking official within the Divine March. And for those who don't remember, the Divine March. Go ahead.
Yeah. I kind of sigh, and I walk up and I say, "Shield of Radiance, Jeanette, how are you?"
Oh, sounds very happy.
She looks up for a moment and kind of looks you over with a critical eye, and then you see the realization dawn on her face. Oh. Well, did not think to see you down this far, especially since I've been stationed down here as a penance for things going wrong in the city. But the speaker says to put such things behind me, and I am going to try to do so. How may I help you?
I believe I believe Kev Corvus was in here just now, and I have some extra information to do with the strife with the elementals along the path.
Ah, yes. Kev Corvus was here to speak with the sergeant, with the Imperial Guard. However, that sergeant is currently in a meeting. Magically so. I can take any further information you need and pass it on to him, as I have been attached to his service in this god-awful corner of the world.
I know how you feel. I passed through here just before coming back to the capital.
Yes, then you know exactly how I feel. Dusty roads, there's barely a bath anywhere that hasn't been used by 3 other people at least. They don't even have a temple to the... I'm sorry.
It's okay. The elementals, there were 6 of them, which is not a normal number to see, especially not unless they're summoned. We came across them on the creek crossing about 8 hours from Redbridge.
Okay. And she's quickly jotting this down on a piece of paper in front of her as you talk. Go on, go on.
We determined that it was an unsafe situation to tangle with, and if anyone else came across that, they would most likely not fare well.
Alright, I see, I see.
I just wanted to lend our name to the word as well, because it seems that we have some sway with the common folk, and perhaps a warning from Let's Gambit would assist with the wariness along the roads.
You give me a perception check. You know what? Actually, your passive is high enough. You see her kind of visibly shudder when you mention the name of Light's Gambit.
This bitch hates us.
Got her in trouble.
I understand we've had our businesses, but here I only wish to make sure that the common folk are safe.
I understand. I understand. It's fine. It's fine. Just don't go blowing up the town while you're here. I mean, I know that they have this delusion of themselves that there are dragons that give blessings and all this, but just try to refrain from the more destructive aspects of your all's personalities.
I'm trying to keep them in line. Also, we didn't blow up the city. We were trying to stop it from being blown up.
Yes, that's what you claim. Thank you. I remember.
I did frame your officer for killing someone. Sorry.
Anyway. Yes. Was that all? She starts rolling up the piece of paper that she had been scribbling on.
Do you have any information about Dontithe's stronghold?
Oh, Dontythe. Well, Dontythe is the reason this building is here. Dontythe is basically a mercenary-run town. They're very, very protective of their training methods, which is why while they are technically an imperial city, they do not allow Imperial Guardsmen, or even the Divine March for that matter, to set up any permanent residence. So as a, what would you say, as a deal between us and them, we were allowed to set up a place here so that we could keep eye and easily get information. It's really one of the safest places in the regions due to their fortifications, but honestly, if I could avoid it, I wouldn't want to go in the walls. It's not my kind of people. Bunch of
We
godless
believe that one of
heathens.
Kalen leans in and says, "We believe that one of their mercenaries may have been responsible."
Oh? And what leads you to believe that?
Unfortunately, I'm not sure I can tell you that, but we're attempting to track down more information. Thank you for what you've told me.
And she suddenly kind of gives you a little, like, narrow-eyed glare as she kind of realizes she gave information and isn't going to get any back. And she quickly, like, wraps a ribbon around the piece of parchment that she had been scribbling on, tying it off tight, and just kind of slams it into a bin that's on the wall marked Sergeant.
Need to know, and you don't need to know.
Well, if there's anything else you would like to not tell me.
Would I know of something specifically to avoid down here? Just like for general safety?
Oh, you know what? Give me a quick survival check.
You've given me all of the ones that like Dumey.
Well, I mean, it's stuff you've ran into. 21 again. You would know from experience to avoid while walking on the road. How do I explain this without...
You can text it to me.
No. Okay. Have you ever, like, been walking on a path somewhere and you see, like, the thinnest of little spider threads with some, like, leaf or something hanging off of it in the middle of the path?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know to avoid those.
I say, listen, since you're new down here, there's a specific thing that you should know to avoid. When there's a like spider silk strand across a path or a walkway with something hanging off it, just make sure you don't touch it. Avoid it at all costs.
She seems to relax a little bit and kind of, let her shoulders down a little bit as they were kind of tense in a defensive position. Well, I guess that is some kind of good advice. Very well. I will...
From experience, why?
From experience, why? You would know that there are something in the trees. You haven't seen what's in the trees personally. This is just something that you've been told to avoid and you have avoided. But it's some kind of like tripwire for something that's hiding within the trees.
Out of character, this better not be spiders.
It's fucking spiders.
Well,
I think it is.
I mean,
I can promise
Space
you
spiders.
it's not a spider.
It's spider-like, though, I bet.
It's a fairy trap.
Ugh.
Garganoth, look at you.
Oh?
I know the lore.
Well, as I don't really plan to be leaving the garrison here, as all these pagan festivities outside keep to go on, I should be easily able to avoid such things. But I thank you anyway. It was Miss Yuane, correct?
Not many people call me that, but yes.
Very well. I thank you for that, and again, I will make sure the sergeant gets your message. Now, if
Thank you.
you'll excuse me, I have a report to write.
I walk away and wave back as I say, "Silver blessings upon you."
Fuck you, she says as you
Damn.
close the door.
I hate this bitch.
We all hate this bitch.
Hey, I can't
I
make
don't
you
know how. I don't know how God says goodbye.
Well, that sure as hell ain't it.
I
Alright,
wonder, how does Mighty Ixen prefer we say goodbye?
you'll have to ask him sometime when you actually talk to your patron.
I can't anymore.
Yeah, that's all, folks.
Why can't you anymore? Have you tried?
Primordial? I lost that
Oh,
language?
Wait.
You don't need that to
Dumey
talk to
said
him, do
that
you?
Ixen speaks all languages.
Ixen created everything, which means Ixen created all languages, which means there's no language that he doesn't speak.
This is true.
But he prefers primordial.
Hey, you have to try.
You can't speak anymore.
We've had visions for the other two worshippers of gods here. I mean, warlock patrons are similar.
I am going to try to speak to Ixen tonight. Later tonight.
Well, if that's what you're going to do, I will prepare something for the next session. Because as we are coming upon 2 o'clock, it is almost time. But Kaylin, what would you like to do before heading back? Is there something else?
When I head back, I say, so, some of you may be glad to know that one of our friends from the Divine March has been relegated to work in Pav, this haven of pagans.
Haven of Pagans. I love it.
I'm sorry. What?
She's working a desk job at the garrison.
Who is?
Who?
What was her name again?
Jeanette.
Jeanette from the Divine March.
The Shield of
The Radiant
Radiance.
Shield herself.
Oh, the one who hates us.
Yep.
Mia is laughing somewhere far, far away.
Apparently, because things
Meow.
went bad at the capital for the Divine March, her punishment is to be sent here.
The tea is
You know
hot.
what?
She
It's
the one
what
that?
they get for being terrible people.
What was that, Gar?
Is that the person that you guys framed?
No, that was someone else.
Oh, okay.
She was the Divine March, and you guys would know this from being here. The Divine March is kind of set up as there's like the offensive branch, which of course is head up by your guys' favorite feline, Faint Edge, and the defensive branch, which is headed up by the Shield of Radiance, which is Jeanette Daniil. So she was there when the Divine Speaker, when you guys told about the explosion and when you got paid. So, and she didn't like the fact that you guys were there anyway. But yeah, she's been punished because the Divine March looked bad in ways of defense, partly because a whole bunch of zombified, mind-controlled peasants were able to get into the arena somehow.
Saren.
And that and that so-
We had a talk. That was you.
and that those strange, powerful beings were able to get into the castle and attempt to abduct Teague and steal one of the keys of Turnock. So
Shit, that's right. None of us know that but Malagos.
you're right.
Yep. I must be the only one who knows.
So yeah, consequences for actions.
I don't see any consequences for my actions.
There might be consequences for me pissing her off, though.
We still have a drinking contest next session.
Yep.
Next
So
session. Oh, did Malagos finish counting all her shit?
oh yes. Those of you who attempted to count the stuff that was stolen and returned, give.
No, Maverick.
Oi,
It's been what? It's been almost 2 days. No, 2 or 3 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd easily remember how much coin was left in your purse. Each of you, after counting a couple times, possibly have found no less than 3 extra gold coins in your bag.
Oh, yeah, you like selves.
Jackie does like us.
But those 3 coins were absolutely stolen. You should definitely identify them because they're most likely scrying coins.
Oh yes, good luck trying to figure out
Okay.
which ones were the 3.
Okay, but look, Malagos
Tell
counted
magic
each
from the
one.
entire bag.
Yeah, Ken, next session, I'm gonna write it down. Since Malagos did count hers one by one, she would have. Can I like make a roll or something to figure out she noticed? If there was one?
Don't forget, you have people that do have Arcana.
Well, Arcana doesn't
Oh,
let you.
fucking detect magic.
Yeah, if you
Sorry,
have
that's
detect
what I meant,
magic,
Detect magic.
can you count that many coins? And detect magic lasts 10 minutes. Can you count that
Well,
many
if you
coins
tip
in 10
them
minutes?
all
No,
out on
look.
the table
All
and
Malagos
detect
would
magic,
have to
you can see
do.
which one's magic.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
all
right.
Malagos would have to do is like put them all out on her bed, cast the spell, and then count them.
Yeah.
We should test this out loud.
If you
But
would
that's why
think
I'm
to
asking.
do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, like, if there's a role I can do to see if Malagos would think of that or like notice.
I mean,
Well, Kaylin thought of that if she was told, if she was told that everyone had extra coins.
yeah,
Well,
it's
actually, yeah. If Malagos counted them, she would have seen the extra and been like, yeah, no, it still would have been like, does she think of that?
yeah,
He was.
it's one of those things. It depends on how much your character trusts Yagi.
Not very.
So, I mean, would your character think to check the coins if they found 3 extra, or would they think maybe they just forgot how many was in there? You know, you're counting to make sure that you're not missing any. So, I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm not going to have you roll. This is just kind of a character choice on your parts. If you think that
Sure.
your character would have suspicion, then sure. If
Malagos
not,
would.
okay.
Yagi was, She couldn't trust her as far as she could throw her.
Okay.
That was relatively far, though. Especially part of her.
Yeah.
Throw her arm, probably 200 feet.
Easily.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then yeah. I mean, whatever you want to do with your coins is up to you.
She probably wouldn't think that
Where's
there's
my-
like a scry thing, but she wants to make sure that there's nothing like weird about them.
So you want to burn a spell slot?
Yep. We're gonna go to bed tonight anyway. What the fuck does it matter?
Okay. So
Famous last words.
as Malagos dumps her coins out on the bed and uses detect magic. Now, let me ask you this, Malagos. When you counted them, did you pick up every one and count them individually? or did you just kind of like, dump them out of
So
the bag? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Malagos would have like dumped everything out and then like picked them up and counted them like each individual coin like and then set them into like piles.
Okay. So Malagos, in particular, when you use detect magic, you don't see anything magical with the coins or the coin purse that's sitting in front of you. However, as you start to put the coins back into the bag, you do find 3 coins as you're handling them that feel a bit lighter than the others. And with a bit of investigation and just kind of looking over the objects, you find that these are wooden coins painted gold.
Yeah, that'll get brought up to the party, being like, so I counted my shit. Everything's there. Does anyone else have weird wooden coins?
Argonath sighs. Now I have to count too.
I was already counting mine more meticulously than Malagos. I would have had mine evenly stacked in
I
a
wouldn't
row.
know.
Malagos did count evenly stacked. Thank you very much. Something she
wouldn't
probably
know,
picked up
'cause
from Sarah at some point.
I've never lost my coin, so I wouldn't know.
Just for that, you're sleeping in the hallway tonight.
Saren, Saren, while counting your coins, you indeed found 3 extra coins of your own, but yours were electrum,
Ooh.
black market coins.
Ooh.
I will go find a bathroom to sleep in then.
There's a lot of people here. You may not want to take over that tub.
Yeah, you could be privy to things you didn't want to be privy to.
Garganoth, as you dump out your coin purse and start to count your coins, as the last of the coins fall out of the coin purse, a small vial falls out from your coin purse.
Vial.
A vial.
Is a note that says, "Call me maybe."
Well, what's in the vial?
Do you want to pop the cork and how do you want to find out?
I would like to look at the bottle, and what does it look like from the outside?
It's a little clay vial that has a cork in it with no label.
Okay, I will knock on. Well, are we all in the same room at the moment, or?
There's 2 rooms.
Okay, so whoever's in the room with me, which would presumably be Lanier and some combination of 2 other people, and I'm going to ask.
Shit, I didn't have Lanier in there. Yeah, we split up the rooms. It was Saren, Mally, Hawks, and Lanier in one room, and Kaylin, Kyrie, Garganoth, Odd, and Ragavan in the other. And Ragavan's in a book.
I think we forgot to bring the book.
I have the book.
Oh.
I say Odd always has the book.
Continue, Garganoth.
I don't remember.
Once you find the
Yes,
vial,
have
you
any of
would.
you ever seen a vial like this before, or? I found this in the bag of goodies Yagi left us, quote unquote. The gift of my own gold, I guess. Ergonoth will knock on the door next door
He gets everybody
and ask the
staring.
same question.
Mally goes to be like, yep. What?
I found this in my bag of goodies that Yagi left us. You know, our own gold. Should I open it, or what is the
Let's see. guys have anything?
I ask if we can really trust anything from her. I mean,
Can Malleus like study the vial to see if she knows what it is?
How would you like to study it physically?
Some sort of vial solution.
So like, this is gonna be a really bad idea. But, like studying the color and what it's doing, like uncorking it and smelling it.
As you uncork the vial and smell it,
No.
it smells like a very strong whiskey.
Ow. Ow. Garg, you'll like this. It might be whiskey. It smells like a really strong whiskey.
Oh, interesting. Thank you,
I would
Garganoth.
double check with Odd. Make sure it's nothing like. Make sure it's not like it's something that smells like whiskey, but it's actually like something magical or arcanish.
Okay,
What
what
smells
time
like
is it
whiskey?
right? Is it like late at night right now?
The sun's gone down. It's probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock ish by this point.
Okay,
not
Garganoth
late.
will say, "Thank you kindly, Malagos. That's great. That's a great idea." Garganoth takes the vial, and as he's taking a sip, walking down the hall, Odd. Look, Odd. Ooh. How does Garganoth feel about the liquid?
How much of it did you drink?
Just like a sip, just
a sip?
like to taste, but not like a conservative taste, like a little bit of a taste,
Okay.
like a little more than just getting your
Is it
lips
like
wet.
an airplane shot?
So this is the correct.
Garganoth, as you take a small dwarvish taste of this liquid, that normal alcohol burn that you get in your throat and such, it's about 3 times worse. I would say, worse might not be the word. 3 times enhanced, and
Okay.
even with that little taste, you feel a burp coming on, and as you do, this deep belch from within your gut comes up, and you actually burp flames.
Oh no.
Just a little puff of
Gar-
flames.
After Garganoth is finished, you can just hear him howling, "My kind of woman!"
No offense, Doug, but from down the hall, Saren says, "Get in line."
Ooh.
what the heck just happened?
Odd.
Oh.
Does someone need me?
Oh yes. Is this delicious liquid that? Oh my god, I can't. So, is it poisonous or is there anything wrong with it?
Is it poisonous?
Drink.
Where did you get it? It
Garganoth
looks
pauses.
partially gone.
Garganoth pauses and then says, "Yagi."
Uh-huh. And have you already drank it?
Oh, yes, but also it's wow. I haven't had something that potent in a very long time.
I have a feeling that it's probably safe. Or a slow-acting poison.
Well, we'll find out in the morning. Thank you for your expertise.
No problem.
Oh no. Well, you know what, Odd? He's in your room. He is your problem.
As Garth walks away, Odd pats themselves down and is like, "Did they leave anything on me?"
Aww.
Do an investigation there, Odd.
Please say yes.
Odd, as you pat yourself down, you find on your right approximation of a shoulder a small, like, grayish black stone that's magnetized that has a little smiley face carved into it.
Aww.
Aw.
Odd, like, if Odd could cry, a happy tear.
A little smiley face with horns.
I love it. And I magnetize it to my chest where a person's heart would be.
Aww.
Aww.
And I tell no
Okay.
one, and I keep it for myself.
What do you get for
Kaylin
the
will
robot
just
who
do
has
a full
nothing?
inventory.
A full inventory on Kaylin?
Yeah.
What Hawk's looking
Okay,
for?
Kaylin's gonna just start unpacking her bags.
Oh, I'm just checking my purse, my coin.
Kaylin, give me an investigation check on you.
Are you sure you don't mean perception?
No, I mean investigation.
Oh no.
I'm being extra methodical.
Extra methodical. So Kaylin, as you're looking through no. I just...
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second. Okay. Kaylin, you end up finding a small little piece of parchment that is wrapped up with a bit of vine from obviously someplace along the road. It's still a little bit green. And this little bit of parchment is written in some kind of language that you don't immediately recognize.
So not common, draconic, dwarvish, elvish, gnomish, orcs, or sylvan?
Correct.
I lean over to Kyrie and I say, do you recognize what language this is?
Let me see, where's my languages? Thought they were right here. Oh, there we go. Common, Elvish, Gnomish, Goblin.
No.
I have no clue.
Gonna go around the whole
Is
party.
there a roll I can do to see if I know what it is?
I mean, I'll give you a history check with disadvantage. 10. It's a language not of this plane, from what you can tell.
If only Hawks remembered his language. Maybe.
Hey, I'm gonna walk around the rooms and be like, can anyone read this?
Is it common, draconic, giant, or undercommon?
No.
They're of this plane, so probably not. Could Malio see if she knows?
I speak halfling and sylvan.
No, it's neither of those.
Could Malio
Do I know any primordial anymore?
You can still read it, you just can't speak it anymore.
Okay. Well, in order for that, I would need to see the paper.
And
yeah,
as
Kaylin's showing all of us.
Kaylin shows you it's not primordial.
Darn it.
Hmm.
I can speak. Let me get my
What fucking knows it?
Draconic, Common, Celestial, and Primordial.
Nope. You don't understand it either.
Ah!
No one here knows Infernal.
Oh, it'll be an infernal. Young tiefling.
Yes. But that's character knowledge. That's player knowledge, not character knowledge.
Just have to figure out a way to read it sometime.
We get to the religious chick who hates us.
Oh, wait, now I know a spell that lets me, read that.
Do you know tongues or the other one? What's the one that I always use? Comprehend languages.
I think I have one of those, hold on.
Do you have eyes of the eyes of the? Oh, what's your favorite one, Sierra?
Keeper. Rune Keeper.
Could've sworn I had one of those, but I guess not.
Which is an eldritch evocation.
Yeah,
I know. I lean into Odd and I say, "Is the cat up to speaking?"
I don't know if the cat. Hold on. Does the cat know that?
The cat has wished to not be played today.
Okay. The cat is in the book. But as DM knowledge, yes, the cat does know that. You just have to wait, Kaylin. It'll be a surprise to be revealed later.
I will add it to my inventory.
And Hawks, you find in the hood of your cloak a sponge.
Okay then.
Like an actual, like, once was living in the sea sponge.
Oh god, I was
Awesome.
gonna die. Once was living.
I have something from my homeland.
Maybe she
Yeah.
put it there, or maybe it just fell in there when you were sleeping in the bathtub.
I'm actually in the room still. I didn't push my luck with Malagos. I
Okay.
didn't want to be out in the hallway.
To our audience, I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed tonight. It was a little all over the place tonight. Everybody got a little excited. We had some over talking, but that's just because people were excited and wanted to play. So I am your host. This is Demericuse signing off for tonight. And just remember, have fun playing and play with the people you have fun with. You guys have a good night, and we will see you next week.